2024 is coming to a close, and because I haven't uploaded videos, I want to stop uploading a video on manga series. No, I'm not reading Promised Neverland. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I have been reading a manga I've been recommended for years now, and that's from the late Kentaro Miura, BERSERK. And I wish I started reading this a lot sooner, because Jesus Christ, this manga is amazing. BERSERK is about a young man named Guts and having a terrible life and trying to make the world a better place by getting rid of like these things called god hands, which are like these egg things. I could say the name but I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, these videos are mainly for me, and if anyone wants to see more people talk about BERSERK, hey, hi, my name's Ashley, or you can just call me Ash. But yeah, I'm just gonna talk about how I feel about the manga, where I've got to now. I've recently finished, I'm gonna call them fairies, air quotations. Yes, we have this character called Puck, that is a fairy. But these fairies are children abducted by a bug child which wished to fly like a fairy. So these fairies are children, but they're demon children, basically. And this arc basically made me step back and go, I need a break for a bit. Basically, I was sick on the way these fairies were murdered. But anyway, let's talk about BERSERK. Let's talk about my opinions on certain characters. Let me start with Puck, the actual fairy. As you can see, I didn't go fairies. But Puck, I generally hated him at the start. Annoying. He just generally reminded me of Navi from Legend of Zero series, going, hey, listen. With all his positive attitudes with Guts, and I was like, Guts is just grounded. He's like, yep, life's not like that, kiddo. Let's leave them to do it themselves. They don't need help. Survival of the fittest, blah, blah, blah. But when I finished the Golden Age and the Eclipse, and we got back to, like, a modern time with Guts and Puck, I was like, I need Soak to cheer me up. And, like, even Puck in a manga panel says, oh, I'm here for the comic relief. I'm here for smiles and the good times. And I was like, yeah, that seems about right. I'm a lot happier you're here now, Puck. And I started to enjoy him. Again, only one arc I've been with, one full big arc I've been with Puck. Like, Puck, the introduction arc. I call it, like, that's just an introduction to me. Like, you saw a little bit of his character, but it was kind of annoying. And then, like, when we got through this fairy arc, I understand his role a lot more. He's meant to be, like, the optimist of Guts. And while we're speaking about Guts, let's get to Guts. Guts as a child was screwed over hard, man. Like, real hard, dude. Like, his mom gave birth to him while she was sick, I should say. I'm not gonna say that. I will probably say it later, but yeah, she was sick and she didn't make it. And Guts was named Guts because he was covered in guts. Anyway, he was raised by his adopted parents. I can't remember the mum's name, but she had the plague. And then you got Gambino. Oh boy, Gambino! Oh boy. Gambino trained him how to use a sword, hunt, kill, and everything. And he was sick of him because everyone saw Guts as a bad omen. And Gambino, he's a bad dad. You thought Goku was bad. You thought Shao Tucker was bad. Damn, Gambino bad. And Guts took his life. Yeah, he took his life. He was basically scarred with that for most of his life. And when we get into the main arc, everyone loves and raves about the Golden Age. You can see that from certain scenes. And I'm going to talk about them because I don't think they're good for YouTube. Anyway, let's talk about another character. I could talk about all, like, Bandit of the Hawks, if I remember correct. I haven't read BERSERK for a bit. It's been about 3 months since I last read BERSERK. Because, again, I needed a break from the fairies arc. But let's talk about, like, our main trio I've met so far. Like, we've talked about Guts and Puck, and let's talk about the 2 other characters. I want to talk about Griffith first, because I thought he was a good character. Like, a leader, noble man who was very good with the ladies. And then I learned he was not a nice person because what he did to Casca. We'll get into my opinions on Casca later. But Griffith was the head of, like, the Band of Hawks. And I liked his character until we saw the downfall. Like, he played around with a princess, and the dad wanted to play with the princess herself. Again, if you're under the age of 18, please do not watch this video. I am going to be bringing out synonyms, and yes. But, like, he was trapped in a dungeon, no food, nothing. He was tortured by this little gremlin guy. Found out he had, like, the hand god on him, so he was a chosen one, like, to rid the earth. Like, these vile humans, like, torture them, blah, blah, blah. Get to that in a bit. But when he was rescued by Guts and the Band of Hawks, he was, the way you could feel his reactions. I've also watched the movie thing, but I can't remember what it's called. Like, the movies that were cut down to episodes last year in 2023. I watched that while I was reading through Golden Age, and it gave a little bit more of an insight of how Griffith, in my point of view, how Griffith was feeling. Like, when he saw everyone started respect Guts more. Just mad. When he found out Casca loved Guts, he was mad. When everyone was cheering him on, fighting a big-ass demon. And can I just talk about those demons that had those women on pikes? I realized at that point, I already knew after the playtime thing that happened with Griffith. I was like, oh god, this manga is built bloody different. Like, really different. And, bro, the big demon guy, I can't, like, there's a lot of characters I can't remember the name of, I'm sorry. Wish I could remember, but I can only remember, like, Griffith, Puck, Gambino, and Casca. But anyway, like, when Casca was abducted by a demon, and Guts was doing everything in his power, like pure shonen adrenaline and stuff, going in and slashing up a demon, blah, blah, blah. No, like, plot armor stuff, just, like, limbs, blood everywhere. He literally got it, and I was like, let's go, Guts, let's go, boy, yeah, let's go. You see Griffith look at him, not in a pleasant way, and you could tell he was getting more jealous of Guts. And then Casca, who came to rebandage Griffith. Griffith did something. I'm not going to say what, but the word starts with an R, and I was like, oh god, Griffith. And you just see Casca, or hear, even if you watch, like, the movie thing, you just hear her, or see her, like, I can't believe he did that. And then the eclipse. These Band of Hawks weren't going to live that. During at the end of the eclipse, only 2 characters made it out alive. Casca and Guts. And they weren't out scot-free. Oh god. No, they were not. Oh no. Like, Guts saw, like, the apostles standing there. I can't remember which ones they are. When I do the next video, I'll probably remember their names. I'll write down. But when Guts saw, like, Griffith in front of the eclipse, in front of the apostles explained to him, you're a chosen one. You are here to become one of the 5 apostles. He was like, he looked at Guts, dead ass in the eyes, and went, it's basically, it's your fault. Everything's not going my way. And he was rebirthed into one of the apostles. By the way, we were shown this form at the start before the Golden Age, and I was like, oh, so this is great. I was like, oh, I understand why people hate him. And now I've read the entirety of the Golden Age. I understand why people hate him. Because we'll get into that now. What Griffith did to Casca, because they need a sacrifice for the God Hand to give them these sort of powers. And the sacrifices are like the branded sigil. If you've ever looked up Berserk, you know what the branded sigil looks like. Guts got off, I wouldn't say scot-free, but compared to Casca, he got off with just seeing demons haunting him, coming after him, going to kill him. But Casca, dear God, Griffith did something to her that turned her into a literal child. And I'm not going to explain anything. Again, just go read Berserk. Like, watch it, read it, but I feel like reading it because you get the raw imagery of the story if you read Berserk. But, like, what he did to her was not right. As a fictional character, I'm like, this character has been written so well to be hated this much, and I see why now. And I generally understand why. But let's actually talk about Kazuka and my feelings on her. I thought she was just like your casual annoying tomboy character, but later down the line, she started to be, I wouldn't say be more girly, but more respect, because I didn't like the way she was treating Guts at the start. Like, she was like, I like Griffith. Griffith said this. Griffith did that. I can't believe you're doing that to Griffith. Why didn't you save Griffith? And I was like, Kazuka, you're annoying as hell. And then when like, they went to save Griffith and she had time with Guts, I liked her character a lot more. And then that's another reason why I hated Griffith for what she did to Casca, because he was jealous of Guts. And I don't know what the story's got for me now. Like, this Pixie arc made me like, okay, I need to be prepared for the unexpected. But again, I will be putting a video on the next arc, whatever it's called. I will probably remind myself to say it at the start of the video, but this video is mainly for me to give my thoughts and feelings on Berserk, and if I want to look back on it, I will look back on it. So yeah, if anyone's watching this, join the ride. I do stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/mash129, but this is just going to be the video going up saying, like, I am reading Berserk, I'm loving it, and I can't wait to read more of it in 2025 and beyond, and just take a journey and like basically a diary entry of how I feel about arcs. But again, comment if I said anything wrong, tell me your opinions. I'll be like, cool. But yeah, that's the video, and I will see you when I finish the next arc of Berserk.